Hello, good day everyone. One of our students had requested me to create a video on how to write essay type questions in GCE A-level examination. So in this video I am going to explain one of the ways of answering to essay type questions, that is argumentative style of writing. So in this video you are going to learn what the argumentative style of writing is and how to write an answer using this argumentative style of writing, and how to write a past paper question using this method, and finally the marking criteria and how the marks are allocated for your answer. So you will find these essay type questions in your paper 1 part B, and you will be given 17 marks for each. So you have to answer 4 essay type questions in the exam. Remember, all the 4 questions cannot be answered using this method. So to answer this method, there should be an argumentable claim which you will have to spot, and don't worry, you will be learning about that in this video. So the other answering methods are quite familiar to you, I think. You have to write descriptively and do compare and contrast and so on. If you find those are too difficult, don't worry, we will make another video on that, so you have to let me know about that one also. So let's first learn what argumentative style of writing is. So let's see what is an argumentative essay is. The argumentative essay is one which is used to present an argument surrounding two sides of any particular issue. The essay can be written as a way of presenting both sides of the argument as equal, or it might be written with one side taking preference over the other. This would be done when the writer has a specific option on the topic. If we put this in a simple way, the argumentative essay means arguing in the point in the exam question. For example, if you selected the argument like watching television is good, when you are writing an argumentative answer, you can write the plus points and negative points on the equal ground. Or if you want to prove one side is good, that means, for example, if you want to prove watching television is bad, you have to put more weight onto that. That is a simple explanation on how to write an argumentative essay. We are going to give you a few tips to write an argumentative essay. So the first and second tip, most importantly, you should conduct an extensive research. That means throughout the argumentative essay, we have to research. Researching is the major part. Make sure you have credible resources. If it is a novel, short story, you should have enough evidence, enough quotations, enough background information, cross-reference to write the answer. That means a perfectly crafted argumentative essay shares of both sides, as we discussed earlier. So you should have details, you should have enough evidences for the both sides. So the other one is cherry pick the topic. So you should be a master of picking the topic. So this is a skill acquired through practice and reading quality argumentative essay examples. So you have to select, you have to pick out the correct argument, correct claim from the exam question. If you do not do this, you will completely go wrong. You will not write the correct answer at the exam. So don't worry, we will be discussing on this further. And finally, evidence is the Lord. That means you have to find enough concrete evidence, enough quotations, enough background details, enough paraphrasings to write the answer. So that means never argue without offering evidence. So you have to back your essay with solid proof, and you have to inspire the reader, you have to inspire the examiner both. Let's see how to write a basic argumentative piece of writing. So you need to follow 5 steps to write an argumentative essay. So these 5 steps are claim, evidence, reasons, counterclaim, and finally the conclusion. So if you go to the claim, this is the argument, this is the point you want to prove. For example, watching television is bad. So to prove that one, you should have enough support. You should have quotations, you should have background details, you should have cross references, paraphrasing, etc. So after providing supporting details, supporting facts, you have to reason that, or you have to logically explain how those supporting details, supporting evidences prove the point you are going to prove. So our next part is counterclaim. That means the claims that contradict your own idea, your own point. So to be a great answer, you should provide the contradictory ideas, counter arguments. That means you have to look at the both side of the question, both side of the point. So at the end, conclusion, you have to summarize your answer and write your final conclusion. Write your stand. Right? That means you have to prove the point you have selected at the beginning. Let's see a simple example. So I have taken this question from Evelyn by James Joyce. So here my claim is Evelyn is a double victim. She is victimized both at home and at the place she works, which is missing in both. Right. So you have to provide evidences from the text. You have to provide quotations like this. At home, her father's violence had given her palpitations. At work, the owner of the store she works always had an edge on her. So I have provided some quotations to prove my claim at home and at the place she works. So you have to logically explain your quotation. You have to show the connection between your quotations and the claim. For example, she has to play mother's role at home, and her father has become a violent character since the departure of his wife or her mother. She finds it hard to concentrate at work as she is physically and mentally tired due to the burdens on her shoulder. So here we have to logically reason out our quotations and connect those logical explanations to our claim. So as I said, to be a great answer, we should have counter argument also. You can write the counter argument like, as she is the one who can bear the responsibility, it is her duty to hold the things together. Okay. And finally, you have to wait on your point, wait on your claim. However, to a teenage girl, it is evidently hard to manage the amount of burden she shoulders, which makes her a double victim both at home and work. So this is only a profile of an argumentative essay. This is a shorter version of an argumentative essay, just like a paragraph. At the exam, you have to write more lengthy answer than this. So hope you get the basic idea of how to write an argumentative essay. So let us practice the method using a real example in your exam. So this is a question taken from 2019 A-level paper and from the null question. As you know, in the exam you have to refer to at least 2 novels for your study purposes. That means to answer the context type question you need one novel, and to answer the essay type question you need another novel. That means if you answer the context type question using the life of Pi, you cannot answer the essay type questions using the same novel. So you have to choose another novel to answer for the essay type question. So let's get to the question and let's see how to answer this type of question using argumentative style of writing. So we have selected the sample question from 2019 A-level paper. So our question is, Pisin Molitor Patel's journey derives its authenticity and accuracy through the various voices that are woven into the plot. Examine how the use of multiple voices in Life of Pi highlight its thematic concerns and narrative variations. So first of all, what should we do is, we have to understand the question and we have to pick the claim. So in the question we see there are two parts. So we have to pick out the claim first. So we see the claim is within Molitor Patel's journey derives its authenticity and accuracy through the various voices that are born into the plot. So let's try to understand the question first. If we put the question in simple way, the narration is authentic and accurate because of the voices or points of view used to narrate the story. So here is the claim, here is the argument we are going to discuss. So what should we do? We have to build upon this argument. How to build upon this argument? We have to provide evidences and explain how they help the narration to be authentic and accurate. So you have to do an extensive survey and find evidences from the book to write this argument. So, and the other most important thing is the keywords. The keywords highlighted here are authentic, accurate, and various voices. So when you write the answer, you have to build your argument around these words. These words are called keywords, most important words. So they should appear in your answer. So finally, you have to build a counter argument. So to build a counter argument, you should provide evidences. Evidences to prove that the narration is not authentic because of the various voices. So let's see how to build upon our argument. We are going to provide some points to build your argument. So we are not going to give you the complete answer. We are going to support you to build your answer, to build your argument. So writer's first point is writer's intervention throughout the novel provides real facts and descriptions experienced by the author, which can be examples of providing authentic details about the character of Pi. So you must have experienced that there are italic paragraphs in the novel. So those are the writer's interventions to the story. So these interventions provide evidences. That intervention shows that this is a real story. This is a living, breathing story. So the next one is presenting the story as a memory play. The story is narrated by the real person about his experiences. So therefore the story is narrated in fragments. So we see this stream of consciousness in this story. Pi is a real person. It's like journalists go to a celebrity and ask questions and he gives answers. So it is a real life account. So that also provides authenticity. And the documentary style of narration, the story is written like relating a story, looking at a diary entry. So we see the Pi's diary entries are also reported in the novel. So these things can be considered as keys to accuracy and authenticity. And finally, the recordings of Japanese delegates are factual black and white evidence to prove the story told by Pi. So what should you do? You should provide evidences from the text to prove these things. You have to use quotations, single word quotations, or paraphrasing, or you can provide background details. So as we discussed, you should write the counter argument also. So we are going to provide you some points to write your counter argument. The first one is the writer is an unsuccessful author looking for a better plot. So he may write a story of fantasy to attract the audience. So at the beginning of the novel, we see Jan Martel is wandering everywhere to find a better plot to write the answer. So, my stream of consciousness cannot be fully accepted as he faced a devastating experience. It can confuse one's memory. He has faced devastating experience after the shipwreck. He spent alone in a lifeboat for a long period of time. We can't believe a person's memory who has undergone such devastating experience. So the things by relate sometimes hard to believe as certain things do not have scientific explanation. So And the final dialogues between Pai and Japanese delegates are also contradictory. So these are some points to build your counter argument. So what should you do? You should provide evidences from the text to prove them. You have to use quotations, single words, or if you can't remind things, you have to paraphrase, you have to tell the story. So next part is conclusion. You have to sum up your answer, giving a summary and giving conclusion whether you agree to the claim or not. So as we know, it cannot be both. You have to choose an end. You have to put weight on one side of your argument. As we know, the question is given 17 marks total. So you can see there are 5 bands. The answer is graded into 5 grades: A, B, C, S and F. In the second column, you can see how the marks are allocated for each criteria. First criteria is understanding and addressing to the question. That's what we have said earlier. You should understand the question properly. Otherwise, you may totally go wrong. So the other thing is demonstration of overall knowledge of the text and its context, relating this knowledge to the question. The other thing the examiner examine is whether you have read the text, whether you have complete idea about the text. You should provide quotations and details from complete novel that shows your complete reading. The other thing is the structure of response. Use of quotations and examples appropriately. You see, it is given 6 marks. That is the structure now we have discussed so far. You have to provide your answer using a proper structure. Otherwise, you won't get the complete marks. And the next one is persuasiveness, originality, insight, and flair. You should write original answer, and finally, and the most importantly, you should write using correct language. You should write proper grammar, correct vocabulary, punctuation, etc. Let's see what are the marking criteria. This is how you are given marks. If your writing is outstanding, error-free, and very comprehensive, you will get complete marks. And if you reduce the qualities of writing, your marks are also slowly get reduced. Second one is free of error, coherent and persuasive. You get 3.5 marks. No major errors that contains a few minor inaccuracies, 3 marks. Some awkward constructions but demonstrate the competence of writing answer. Okay, you get 2.5 marks. Smattering of errors and problems with the idiom and style. 2 marks. Many errors but communicates basic ideas clearly. You see, you are given marks if you write a lengthy answer. Irrespective of your grammar, you are given marks, but you should try to go to the outstanding writing. Finally, incoherent and unacceptable linguistic expression, you will get no marks. So by knowing these things, you can provide a better answer at the exam. So hope you got these things. So hope you had a clear idea about how to produce a better answer using the argumentative style of writing. So be mindful that you should produce a sizable answer to score better marks. And plan your answer in a sheet of paper. First outline the argument well and start with a strong hook and end with a strong and decisive conclusion. And do not forget, provide concrete evidences from the text. So that's it. Good luck for your exam and study well and stay safe. If you are new, please hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon to receive the notification of our new videos. So until next video, bye bye.